What's up, guys? Tony Ramirez here, and welcome to the garage. If you're into turning wrenches, fixing up cars, or just keeping your ride in top shape, you're in the right spot. I drop real-world tips, no fluff, just what actually works. So hit that like button, smash subscribe, and let's wrench smarter, not harder. All right, enough intro. Let's jump right in.
Hey everyone. In today's video, I'm diving into a topic that's on a lot of our minds: where to find the cheapest diesel fuel. With prices fluctuating all the time, it can be tough to keep track of the best deals. I'll be sharing some tips and tricks on how to locate the lowest prices in your area, as well as some useful apps and websites that can help you save money at the pump. So, if you're looking to fill up without breaking the bank, stick around. In France, the price of diesel includes the cost of crude oil itself, the cost of refining, the cost of transporting, storing and distributing diesel, various taxes. In 2022, the price of diesel and petrol reached record highs, to the point where there is talk of a new oil shock. To understand how we got here, we need to understand that the price of a litre of diesel is made up of several elements. In France, the price of diesel includes the cost of refining, VAT. The price of diesel includes taxes that depend on the French state, as they are set by the government. But they are not the only factors responsible for the rise in fuel prices. Far from it. For example, VAT hasn't changed since 2014. However, it's true that the TICB has risen steadily in recent years. Diesel prices are also affected by changes in production and distribution costs, as well as the cost of crude oil. The latter accounts for almost 30% of the price of diesel. It varies according to supply and demand. That's why geopolitical events have such an impact on the price of oil. If exporting countries are no longer able to sell their oil, supply diminishes and prices rise. This is why American sanctions against Iran and, more recently, sanctions against Russia have pushed up the price of diesel and gasoline. Technical production costs, exploration, development, and exploitation of crude oil, and refining costs also influence fuel prices, as do transport and distribution costs. The latter are independent of crude oil prices and depend on distributors. Finally, there is a refining margin, which corresponds to the difference between the selling price of the refined product and the cost before refining. But this margin is very small. In March 2022, the average price of a litre of diesel in France exceeded €2. Unfortunately, the price of fuel represents a significant part of a motorist's budget, and it's not possible to keep driving without it. To pay less for diesel, you can use fuel price comparison services. There are collaborative sites on which consumers indicate the price at service stations. This information is then shared with other users. The government also has an official comparator, accessible at the following address: https://www. Pre-carburants.gov.fr. You can use it to check the price of diesel at service stations near you or on your route. Last but not least, don't hesitate to ask about cost-price deals. Many supermarkets organize them on a regular basis. These operations enable you to save several centimes per litre, as diesel is sold without the distributor's margin. Find the best garage to repair your car. Diesel price composition: the cost of transporting, storing, and distributing diesel. Where to pay cheaper diesel prices. In 2022, the price of diesel and petrol reached record highs, to the point where there is talk of a new oil shock. To understand how we got here, we need to understand that the price of a litre of diesel is made up of several elements. In France, the price of diesel includes, in 2022, the price of diesel and petrol reached record highs, to the point where there is talk of a new oil shock. To understand how we got here, we need to understand that the price of a litre of diesel is made up of several elements. In conclusion, finding the cheapest diesel requires a bit of research and strategy. By utilizing apps and websites that track fuel prices, keeping an eye on local promotions, and considering loyalty programs, you can save significantly on your fuel expenses. Remember to compare prices at different stations and be mindful of your location, as prices can vary widely. With these tips in mind, you can make informed choices and keep your fuel costs down. Thank you for watching, and safe travels.